Welcome back to another episode of Let's Go Hunt, where we didn't do the old switcheroo. With us tonight we have Dave Packard, who has a glorious absence of sophistication, Vince H, the loneliest man, Sam Alexander, blat blat, and itching to go shoot birds. I'm Mike Gonsalves. Around the campfire tonight, we're talking blats, binos, and corner crossing. Moving on up.
We are?
That's what it is.
Oh,
written.
absolutely, we are.
Oh, this is the first time I've
What's a
actually
blat?
scrolled down this far.
What
It's
is a
suka
blat?
blat.
Is blat? What is blat?
I see blat.
You see blat?
I see blat.
Is blat like splat?
Is there a switch that makes it go? Blah, 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 blah?
You know how cool it'd be if there was a machine pistol 10 millimeter high point.
Dude,
Direct
dude,
blowback machine pistol.
If
I'm
you made
into
a
it.
machine, okay. If you tried to make a machine pistol high point, it would shoot slower than if you just pulled the trigger. Ka-chunk,
Bang,
ka-chunk,
bang,
ka-chunk,
bang,
ka-chunk.
I mean, I'm still okay with this.
It's the only full auto gun with a slower cyclic rate that is semi-auto counterpart.
I mean, the grease gun's almost getting there.
Ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk.
Sounds like Mike's Prado idling.
It is.
It's a 4-cylinder, but it skips too.
It's that eco mode.
18 miles to the gallon, bitch.
It was ahead of its
okay.
time, guys.
Downhill with the wind at its back.
Yeah. What do you get going uphill? 45 miles per hour?
Um,
I dare you to take it across I-70, like Eisenhower Tunnel.
I have.
Were you in four-wheel low? Gear down?
Did you know if that? I mean, Dave, maybe you know the answer to this. If the Eisenhower Tunnel on I-70 lost power and the freaking air filter, like the air pushing the
Air doodads.
the HVAC system, and essentially it failed, people would suffocate in the middle
Good.
because there's not enough air going through the thing. So I read.
Well, next time I'm up there, I'll stop in and be like, hey, take me on a tour, because they do that.
Is that
mean-
why everybody's like, see if you can hold your breath through the whole way through the tunnel?
Don't do that, because that's how crashes happen.
You get to the other side and you can't tell if the light at the end of the tunnel is real or if that's the asphyxiation setting in.
You open up your
Probably
eyes, you're on the stretcher getting loaded in the ambulance. You look around, you see your wrecked car in the middle of the tunnel with like 3 cars plowed into you, and you look around and look at the paramedics and go, nope.
There's actually for the highway maintenance guys up there, they have to be wrecker certified, like tow truck certified. And they have what they call a push truck, which is just the fucking like a regular dump truck with a giant squishy pad in the front. And anybody that breaks down, they'll just hit them and push them all the way out the end of the tunnel. They're like, hold on. They're like, hitting the brakes. They're like, don't hit the brakes because we're not.
Do not hit brakes because we were not.
Look, I have momentum to make Silvertown.
I probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't even say this, but so I have allergies, and during the summer when people are out mowing their lawns, and I'm out driving, I have to have my window down and stuff. I'll hold my breath until I'm well past them.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta stay out of the cloud of asthma. No,
So that's where the mail's always laid.
He passes out, drives directly into it,
shut up, Sam.
crashes into the lawnmower.
Look what happened to my. Never mind. I can't make jokes about this. Anyway,
So I don't want to lead off tonight because I do want to at some point pick that up. And if I pick that up, YouTube will spaz out unless we get far enough into the stream.
oh yeah,
Well-
we gotta go further. I've got nothing, honestly.
Well, I
Oh,
do have
shoot.
a solid warheads on
For-
foreheads that's relevant to all this.
Real quick,
Oh no.
for anybody that doesn't know what the Eisenhower Tunnel is, it's a 1.5 mile long tunnel through a fucking mountain.
And if you go 80 miles an hour through it,
You'll get a ticket.
So wait,
It's
you're
all-
saying it's
yeah.
like that suicide coaster, like where you're that someone designed that just does all the loops, and then whenever you get done, like everyone on it's dead. But in this case, you just put people in the back of it and drive through without an HVAC system, and then once you drive out, like everybody's dead.
Suicide Coaster.
Oh, I have dark thoughts.
Well, keep them to yourself.
I'm planning to.
We saw your
until-
thoughts.
You-
on
you
fucking
wanna go
Instagram,
ride?
motherfucker.
You want to go ride the roller coaster? That's your freaking dark thoughts. Okay.
No.
Well, it's kind of like
Oh,
what Henry Ford did
apparently-
with the the moving assembly line. It just
Apparently,
made it more efficient.
yeah. Apparently, the lack of ventilation is with cars running inside. I googled that. I shouldn't have. I just ruined it for myself.
Well, yeah, because
Oh,
the
it's-
cars are sucking up all the oxygen and
Oh,
replacing
carbon
it with-
monoxide poisoning from the exhaust. So if you stood in the tunnel with no cars, you'd be fine. That makes that far less exciting because I always thought it was like a big death tunnel to where if they didn't have ventilation and you had to cross through the tunnel, you'd there'd be a pile of dead bodies in the middle.
You just immediately die,
Well, not immediately. You get halfway through and you never mind.
or just don't breathe. The air's getting fuzzy.
You think you can run a mile and a half without breathing?
No, but you can drive. A
You're
mile
thinking
and a
about
half.
this too hard. Moving on.
Anyway, so warheads on foreheads tonight. We've been talking a lot about handguns in the wilderness and making sure you're armed, prepared, trained to deal with any sort of threat that you may have to encounter while in the woods. Tonight, I brought a story that we've already talked about, but we haven't actually talked about the story. We've just talked about herself. We're talking tonight about oh geez.
You thought you could get away without listening
I-
to the song?
I really hoped we could.
All right, Rob, there's just a little quiet fade in, quiet fade out.
I hate you.
10 seconds with my guns off them.
I still haven't come up. I still have not managed to generate a better tune than that. Besides, Dusky's right. He's counting 1, 2, 3 in the chat. At this point, it's just
It's just a
part of the
thing.
deal.
That's okay. I guess it's just a thing. So tonight we're talking about Bella Twin. She is the 50th. I actually didn't catch her age. It was in 1953.
63.
She was
Oh,
63
yes.
years. There it is down there. 63 years old. Killed
Ah.
one of the largest grizzlies ever killed.
Some of my
It was
favorite
the
series.
largest at the time in 1953. She dropped it. They were out like small game hunting she was with a 22 shooting with a 22 long, not a long rifle, a long, which long rifle, like Vince said a couple episodes ago, came after long and is a little more powerful. So not to be confused. They were out small game hunting. They spotted the grizzly coming their way. She was out with her partner, Dave Auger, and they like I said, they were after small game. They had no intention of trying to kill a bear. And rifle she had with her was a Cooey Ace 1. I've
Bless you.
never heard of. Thank you. Yeah, I've never heard of that before, but hey, it worked. They saw the bear approaching. They were downwind.
That's a
They
single
thought.
shot.
Yeah, it
Single
was.
shot, bolt
Yeah.
action, 22 long.
Yeah.
So anyway, this
Basic-
old lady's like. So anyway, I started blasting.
Basically,
Um,
it's a cricket. Like it's
It looks like a
it's a
cricket.
cricket.
Yep. Or
Yeah.
the little savage
Yeah.
rascal.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's. I mean, even in her arm, like she's a tiny woman as it is, but that rifle is tiny in her arms,
isn't she like 4'11"?
something like that. Yeah, she was not a very large woman. But yeah, they saw the bear approaching. They hid behind some brush, and when it peeked its head out, she shot it directly in the temple, which is basically the weakest part of anybody's skull. And it dropped straight to the ground. Now, not being one to take any chances, she immediately fired several more 22s into the bear's skull. And for those watching, I can share the screen.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite images.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Share lost screen.
Well,
there
we're
it is.
waiting.
I know we are. There we go.
While we're waiting on that, I'll talk about the story a little bit more because they saw it coming down a tree line, and she told her partner they ducked into the trees, and she told her partner if he stops where we went in, I'm shooting him.
And
She-
he's just
she-
like, "You crazy lady, you crazy bitch! No, no, no! Oh fuck, she just shot it. We're gonna die."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Poor
bear.
guy.
It's a gigantic bear skull, and then there's just the temple is all riddled with
Holes.
22 caliber holes.
Yeah.
There are
It's full
2,
of
4, 6, 8 holes in that skull in
Well,
the
some of
temple.
them are doubled up, guarantee.
Well,
I think she fired 14 or 15 times. Is that right, Mike?
I was looking at the holes in the skull. Let me see. It.
I count 10 in that picture.
I think it was something in the teens, and
Mhm.
she shot every round she had.
The Cowboy State Daily article only says not being one to take any chances. She put quote unquote a few more rounds.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah,
A handful.
possibly 10. Yeah, possibly 10 at least.
A handful. We'll put it that way.
So not only did she drop this thing with one shot with a 22 long, it was the world record grizzly at the time I mentioned already. On the Boone and Crockett scale, the skull was 16 and 9/16 in 9/16. God, I hate
16.
fractions.
9/16.
9/16 sync.
16.
Hey,
Jesus.
Dave, can you please write down 9/16?
16th.
Mike's the child singing through the 12 days of Christmas. He's like, on the 12th, this day of Christmas.
How do you even spell
11th.
this?
Yes, I know it happened. I do it to myself, but god damn it.
Congratulations. This is an unspellable word.
So it was 16 and 9/16 by 9 and 14/16.
For a total score of 26 and 7.
16th.
Thank you. Inches. The record was broken by 3/16 the very next year by somebody in British Columbia, and she was probably like,
16th or 16th?
16th of this is the article makes note that this is not hunting for cowards, and
Somebody wanted scale on the. There's
Yeah.
somebody holding the
Ugh.
skull. It's about the size of this man's chest. About the same length. The breadth or length of the skull is about the same as his nipple measurement. Maybe a little
It
bit
could
more.
definitely fit your entire head in its mouth.
that is a good scale photo. Actually, the one that I was sharing with the bullet holes, it's not really a good scale photo. That's
I like that he's. I
magnificent.
also like that he's holding like the plaque with the skull. Like at a normal human range, and he's not like holding it closer to the camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Everybody
hate
who
that.
takes a picture with their paw, the paw looks like it's the size of their freaking entire upper body, but they're also
Because they
holding their
take it,
arm
they
like-
hold it way out. Yeah, I hate when
fish
people do that
pictures.
with whitetails, and they're like, hold it way out in front of you so that it
Mhm.
looks bigger than it is. If you look at every picture of me with like one of my bigger deer, I'm holding it the exact same way every time, and I'm holding it right. I'm usually like I'll squat down behind the deer, and I'll pick up the antlers, and I'll hold it right there with my elbows at my sides, so that in every single image, like the scaling's exactly the same. So you could take one to the other
Mhm.
and see like which one's bigger and how they compare. Now, unfortunately, I've not killed anything worth doing that with in like 7 years. So kind of doesn't matter.
when
Anyway.
when Vince takes a picture with a deer, he actually holds it a little behind him to make it look smaller.
Vince,
Hmm.
I just
have a
want to
challenge.
look bigger.
I have a thing for you this year. When you shoot one, you do like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, where you stand like super fucking far away and act like you're holding it up. It was huge.
The Leaning Tower of
that's
Vinsa.
actually- Just get way behind it and just have
Yeah.
someone prop it up and make it look
We
like
need to-
I'm holding up a.
You need to
Holding
angle
up
your
on-
camera down low too, because that'll help with the scale.
Let's do this with a beaver.
I'm in for it. I never got around to it.
like
I
a
still wanted to
whale-sized
take-
beaver.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I wanted to take a picture of a beaver, but recreate the pose that those Colombians dudes did after they killed Pablo Escobar. No one else is familiar with that picture. All right, never mind.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Negative.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing like special. It's just a bunch of guys crowding around Pablo Escobar's dead body, grinning and holding up, guns. It's fine. Never mind. Moving on.
Oh, maybe the CIA guys with all their black faces and they're standing by Suburbans or whatever.
Whoa.
Or am I thinking of a movie?
First of all, no. Second of all, that one.
Oh no, that is not what I was thinking.
Mainly the guy who's got the thumbs up. Like,
Nice,
Jeez.
anyway, moving on.
nice shit. I like it.
Wait, Mike, did you mean to share that again?
No,
Oh, go ahead then.
unshare. We're done.
That bear is still ranked number 21.
Did you show any pictures of her standing against the bearskin?
I don't know what you scrolled through.
Okay, reshare me real quick.
It's gone.
It'll come. It's back.
No, we can't do it. It's
Already
it's
got
too
it.
late. Damn
Ha.
it, Dave.
So, for those that can't see, that
Burp.
sucks because she is standing. She's basically she's sitting against the bear skin that she killed as a backdrop, and it is just dwarfing her. She's like,
They can't fit it in the original picture.
right. The paws are off screen. The nose is almost off screen. The bottom paws are not on screen at all.
And she's holding a freaking. But again, the rifle size is the equivalent of a Savage cricket.
Mm-hmm.
It is a Savage cricket, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Savage
right.
Rascal.
Savage
Rascal, there we
Rascal.
go.
Savage
I was like,
Rascal.
that didn't sound right when I said it.
Savage
Cricket.
Rascal. Cricket is.
Whatever. Either way, like the
Junk.
little itty bitty youth rifle.
I mean, they're both kind of junk, to be honest.
How rude.
Well, I mean, what do you want for a $150 rifle?
One of those.
Fair.
Jokes.
Vince pulled his out of his safe. Like, it's not junk, man. I mean, look at it.
You want
Trying to remember who makes it.
who makes
Keystone.
the
Keystone Arms. That's it.
Keystone Arms cricket?
There we go.
Never heard of her.
Keystone.
Yeah, no.
I just think that
They make the beer too.
I do love me some Keystone. Oh, speaking of which, I got a new room. I have to start a new keyboard.
Yeah, you
I
do.
know, that was my greatest. That was my greatest regret about you going into a new room. We lost the keyboard.
We are on survey.
Uh-huh.
So,
Bob tells us we shouldn't skip goals. Bob, I
yes.
skip goals every year. Goals are for people who want to fail. If you never have goals, you can never fail them.
that's what I tell people at work when they ask me if I have New Year's resolutions.
Oh, I tell people that my resolution is not to have one.
Same thing.
Same thing.
I love
Anyway.
watching their disappointment. Like, wow, you're such a cynic.
I just feel bad. Again, I feel bad for Bella Twin's husband / partner or whatever.
Who was
Crawling around the
probably
It was like, we're just gonna stand up here and let the bear go by, and meanwhile the lady's like, "Man, we're gonna shoot it."
I mean, yeah. I wonder how long it took him to pack that bear out of there.
They found a
minute.
friend.
Yeah, 4 minutes. They knew what to do. They made a sled out of the bear.
A bear sled. Wee.
Yeah.
So,
Not the biggest bear.
It's all right.
what can we learn from this? At the very end of the article, what we can learn from this is very clearly stated that shot placement is key. Doesn't matter what you have, shot placement is key. Central nervous system hits are ideal. So
I wonder how far she would have
distance.
gotten with a Texas heart shot on that bear.
What's a Texas heart shot?
No more
Straight
than a
up
couple
Main
inches.
Street.
Mike, you've never heard of this?
No.
You don't know what? Oh, okay. So the Texas heart shot is a thing, and it's I don't know. It's just weird why someone came up with the term Texas heart shot. Just maybe Texans are weird, but it's when you shoot an animal up the butt,
Straight up Main Street.
straight up the butt to get to the heart. Like shoot it in the butt to get to the heart, to kill it. Like you can hit it from any angle. Then that's why some guys like the monometal bullets, because like, oh, it's got all the penetration, I can shoot it in the butt.
I'm
not making this up.
I know.
He's not.
I don't believe that you are making it up. I just don't know what to say.
I don't know why it's called a Texas heart shot, actually.
Probably to make fun of Texans.
Dr. Scary Guy says because you're shooting the Lone Star.
Oh, that could be it. I mean, if that's not the actual answer, I will accept that one as a new answer.
Very,
Very
that's a
astute.
good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
So,
Texas plays in the background.
since Vince has nothing and Sam has limes, Dave, talk about what you want.
Oh, so
What?
I'm
Although
in the.
I have plenty to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Again, we're waiting until we get a good chunk into the podcast before I touch any of it,
Mhm.
because hopefully by then YouTube won't freak out. We'll get there.
Eventually.
So I am in the market for a new pair of binoculars because mine are shit. And I don't know. What do you guys run? Mike, I don't need comments from you because you're one of those weird monocular fuckers.
Well, his advice was going to be to duct tape two binoculars together.
Yeah.
My advice was going to be to go see what deals you can score on what's that one website, whatever. Anyway, mine
Pro Optic,
no.
one
Optics
website
Planet.
that narrows it down.
I don't
Amazon,
remember. No,
Walmart.
God.
So Dave, what you do is you drive to Shields and just test a bunch out.
Expert Voice, that one.
Oh yes,
Um,
because I have access to the expert voice.
You should with
I don't.
Well, you
I
should
tried.
because they wouldn't give it to you because I looked it up with
No.
CDOT. You should have it, or they should get. No, those motherfuckers. All right. Well,
I like Vortex, but I don't know. It'll be Diamondbacks at the minimum, so I'm looking $250 range, somewhere around in there.
I'm pretty sure those
So-
are the ones that I got, and I liked them. I just don't.
Yours
You know,
are
I don't-
Crossfires.
Oh, are they?
hmm
Okay.
As someone who wears glasses, binoculars suck unless they have enough of a I forget what the spec is. It's like your exit pupil. Yeah, the actual width of that, beam of light coming through the eyepiece so that you can actually see the image. If it's wide enough and the focal length is far enough away, it's fine. But if the focal length is too close to where it has to be jammed up to your eyeball to actually work, they suck.
Yeah.
Especially the cheapest binoculars out there, like the little Tasco blister pack stuff.
Yeah.
That is notoriously bad for that. The ones I have, they are a Redfield Rebel fixed 10 power binocular, and I actually really like them.
I used
But
to have a pair of those until something happened to them. They worked well for years, and then they got knocked the wrong way, but one of the little freaking lenses inside went bloop, and they turned into a binocular.
I believe that. Redfield
cut it in
doesn't
half and
exist
give-
anymore.
They don't. I
Anyway,
should have cut them in
so-
half and give them to Mike.
Heh.
Ha.
Actually, if mine break, I might do that. But so I I'm not I'm probably not going to buy just binoculars again. If I have to get binos again, I'm getting some kind of range finding bino.
Those are in the works for me as well, just not at the moment because I need them like in a month.
Oh,
So-
yeah. And they're expensive.
Yeah, Vortex is coming out with a new set of Furies, so they're supposed to be way
Sig-
faster.
You might look around on different websites or tax swap and try and find so like the SIG has had several iterations of their range finding binos, and even like the 3K I think, which was the first one, was pretty good from
Yeah.
what I read about it. And now they're at like 10 or 12K as far, and that's the number has to do with like the ranging ability of the system. So it's like, what do you really need to range at 10,000 yards for hunting purposes?
That mountain over there.
I mean, if you're doing land nav, like, yeah, you might need to range that mountain or that ridge. Like, oh, that's 7 miles away. Hola-tita, here we go. And but as far as like distance and ranging a target, like 3K is fine. And I've seen some of
Yeah.
those for under 500 people selling them secondhand. But
Now, to Roden's point, he says, I like my Fury, but hate that it has a dumb tint for the rangefinder. And when I used our buddy Sean's Furies a couple times, misranged a coyote actually and caused a miss. So that's on me. But they seem fine to me. He had an eye cover. So you put the cover against your forehead and it kind of wrapped around and blocked out all like surrounding light, and it seemed to work great. But those were also the most expensive binoculars I've ever held, and I was kind of scared, and I was like, don't fucking drop these. But I don't know, a Fury or SIG type is, like I said, it's in the plans, just not immediate plans. I just need something, one, that I can go hunt with, and then two, that I can throw to my kids whenever they're out hunting once I get my good shit.
So I still have just I think I have Vortex Crossfires even. I don't know if maybe my eyeballs are different than Vince's. I just pop my glasses up, put them against my eyeballs. I've adjusted the diopter and then just the focus, and I see through them just fine. I've never looked through binoculars with my glasses on because it never works out. So I've always just went around them.
So you don't fuck with the eye cups.
you know,
I
never-
grab my binoculars. I push my freaking glasses up with my knuckles. I look. This is a great screen grab for somebody. And when I'm done, pop it back down,
Dusky.
and off I go.
you know,
Because
I
trying to
never
hold them up to
considered
your
that.
eyes and then pull.
Mhm.
I just Vince's mind has not been opened.
Well, I feel kind of dumb, but
That's what made
no,
Okay.
that's about it. That's about the whole feeling.
Forte.
So
No, I had to do that. I can remember having to do that with my parents had some Nikon binoculars back in the day to look across the pasture with. And so I can just remember being a kid trying to mush them up against my glasses and not being able to see shit. And so finally I was like, "Ugh, get them out of the way." Like, oh, it works now.
Beaver Skins says, I love my Vortex Crossfire. Also have a set of Diamondbacks. Honestly, can't tell the difference. And
I can tell
it's
the
been a
difference.
while since
I can-
I've looked at them side by side. So
I can tell the
I have to look
difference,
at 'em.
or not even the difference side by side. I can tell the crossfires are definitely on the lower end when you start looking way the hell out. So when I was that very first bear hunt, I messed up when I was glassing and I was looking. I don't remember how far it was. Way the hell over there at that mountain, watching cows move around. I could see the color aberration where your freaking colors start
oh,
separating.
okay.
But I mean, that was also way the hell out there. So I could still tell they were cows.
Who
They certainly weren't a
would
bear.
want-
There's
Dave,
some-
what's your budget?
About 250.
About
about
250.
350.
What are you want like a fixed power variable?
Probably because if I need to adjust, like I've got my spotting scope. It's just a little more unwieldy than a pair of binos.
Check that
Oh,
couple
that's what I
out.
was going to say. Reach out to Bob, get hooked up with 2 LPVOs, and just tape them. It'll be
The
fine.
ultimate flex.
You put them on one of those quad rails meant to go on the end of shotguns. The tiny little ones that are only a couple inches wide. And then you've just got, it's perfect. And if you need risers to spread out for your eye width, you just
you're
get
thinking
risers.
more advanced than I was. I was just going to tape them. Some cardboard in the middle.
but that's ghetto. We don't want that. You could at least make an effort.
He says all he has in stock is like a focal plane. He's got time for memes. Bob, just take 2 of your second focal planes for me and duct tape them in the right spot for some binoculars and send me pics. That's all I need. I just need to see this idea in motion.
Wait, we know somebody who 3D prints. Somebody could 3D print like it's not even like a mount, just like a clamp to clamp the two together and have the most unwieldy binos in the world.
Do you have too many LPVOs? Well, boy, do we have a solution for you. It's a whole new product line.
And they're all LPVOs, so they would look like backwards binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They
look
turn
like-
into LPVBOs.
Or they would look like long nods.
Now you may run into some issues because if you've got a 1 to 8 and a 1 to 6, you're gonna have to balance them out in the middle a little bit. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it's
you
sure
could,
keep
you
them
could do
hanging out.
close and far
Yeah.
at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah. You just it's like when I have my because I have dual tube night vision. So like I have, if you're working on something up close, but you need to see far, you crank your left focus to where you're seeing 1 foot in front of your face, and the right one's out to infinity. And when you're working on something close, you close one eye, and then you close the other. You close one eye, and you close the other. It's fine. Perfect.
Also,
then
I
we
have
see
to
nothing
point
wrong
out
with
these are SFPs. Those are pretty awesome LPVOs, to be fair.
And those are the 34 millimeters. So you
And
And
the 1 to 10.
they're the 10 power.
Yeah.
and here's the other thing. One of the downsides though is because the eye relief is, I don't know what, 2 inches or something. You got to hold them away from your face.
No. Toilet paper tubes.
Well, I was about to say we sell an upgrade
done.
package with some 3. Bob, if you're sending them to somebody, I don't know.
Well, Sam is definitely the meme lord of this thing, so definitely
great.
send them. And then he can meme lord and send them off to somebody else. It's fine.
It's
But
fine.
yeah, definitely send them to
Wait,
meme lord.
Sean has a 3D printer. You need to do the clamp thing and just
Well, this is
Oh,
the thing.
yes.
We have an. Oh, Bob says 3.5 inches. That's
Ish.
my wife
You're-
says that's a lot.
it's a
No.
perfectly good
said-
eye relief.
3.5 ish inches. You're familiar.
Okay, wait. Before I lose my train of thought, we have an upgrade package where we'd include some 3D printed spacers so you can put the spacer up against your eyeball and look through.
Or
It'd be fine.
just
So they would
use
turn into
sun
Star Wars
shades.
binoculars. You just have that big old stupid shade around the edge of it. and
oh
you go,
yeah, even better. Big square. So it blocks
Yes.
out all the distractions.
Yes. This is all fantastic.
Can you imagine some kind of picturesque fucking like mountain picture posted up on a rock and you've got like your fingers on the throw levers and you're looking all serious?
But you throw one level too far, and next thing you go, yep. Vomit comet. There we go.
I'm going to puke now.
You accidentally mount one backwards, like, oh, that's not going to work.
No, that's where you hand them to your buddy. So here, buddy, look through those. Huh?
Give him
Sam
that
turns
Navy
one-
admiral.
Sam turns one the wrong direction, just immediately throws up.
Yeah.
My Zoom was off. Sorry.
This is the best idea we've had in ages.
Well, we tend to have absolutely ridiculously good ideas when Gideon optics are involved.
I think the best one though is you crank 1 to 10, you have the other one at 1, so you use your left eye to basically get on target, and then you use your right eye to observe.
This is both genius and sickening.
Oh, I got too much time on my hands.
This is
Yeah.
true. Go.
We started talking about the Gideon, and I kind of remembered I did have something but it's not quite here yet. I decided that I was going to put the 1 to 10 on my 308 that I just got, the GT30, but I wanted QD. I wanted a QD
Mhm.
mount,
Right.
and I think I settled on the Midwest Industries with the QD throw lever on it, because they actually guarantee like a quarter MOA, like return to zero, just taking it off and putting it back on. So that's pretty good, and I decided to order one of those, but it's currently back ordered on Optics Planet, so it might
Aw.
be here in the next 1 to 7 business years.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I might just end up having to upgrade and do like the Gen 2, because they just came out with all their Gen 2 stuff. But I want to be able to throw the optic off of this and be able to use the iron sights as desired. So
I mean, the irons on that are freaking sweet. It's almost a
They're-
shame to put an optic on it.
they are not bad as iron sights go. Like they're because it also has, so it's got the little flippy dude. So you have a small aperture and a large
Oh,
aperture.
The flippy dude.
Yeah, the flippy dude.
All right.
The dingus. It's got a dingus that does a flip thing.
Wills, what you do is you flip the dingus. Wait, what?
You twiddle the dingus like this until it does its dong thing.
All right, never mind.
Well, look, if we're talking about a something, it's a dingus until determined otherwise. Anyway,
It's not a thingamajig.
look, there's a certain quality of a thingamajig that may not be a dingus, okay? Just throwing that
Oh.
out there.
That's a whatchamacallit.
Hang on, Bob sent a thingiverse. It's for a. Oh, perfect. Hang on.
No.
Where's the? This is riveting radio. You people who are not watching live and listening to this afterward, all 3 of you, this is your fault. You should be watching live.
Listen here, you
that,
tens
Steve.
of listeners.
Deny. It's a basically it's a like a
Oh.
it's a 3. It's like a little like a triangular not trilug Picatinny rail. So you can
That is
1
fucking
and 2,
awesome.
and then you flip. Then basically you invert the thing, and it should be kind of.
Oh,
And then
you,
you
you
gotta
can
find,
you
you
can
just gotta
mount.
find the right. You just gotta find the right scope height ring.
no,
You
then
can
you
put
can
lights in
mount-
right places.
You can mount a rangefinder on top of it, and you can make your own range finding binos.
Air McGarrett. This is so much better than I ever thought it could be.
Is this even life?
You're right. Except for you got to invert it because they're going to be pointing down, but the rangefinder will be where your nose is. You just hit the button, and then, all right.
Oh, you're saying put the rangefinder underneath?
Well, it's kind of going the wrong way. I know because I think you're gonna have to invert it to have it coming down to your eyeballs. Either
I was
way,
thinking you'd like you could actually put a foregrip on a rail, but it's not mounted to anything, and then you put the rail through your little binocular mount thingy doodad, and
So
then it hangs upside down and you can
No,
just
no,
like
no.
hold it in
You-
front of your
Okay,
face.
at some point in this conversation, it became an any other weapon, and it's going to cost you $5 in a tax stamp.
Where do I don't have one nearby. I've got one of the old Knights Armament, like the long vertical foregrips, like early. I've got two of them actually, like the freaking 2003 GWatt shit. You put that on there, and what you've created is tactical opera glasses, or the ones they use to watch the Kentucky Derby with.
Okay, I know what you're talking about, like the
Mhm.
little glasses that you hold up to your. Like
I
That's
get a
where I was
Tricer
going with what I
iPod.
was, but I was saying let's do it with a tactical foregrip.
Yeah. But no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we'll have it's
Okay.
like tactical opera glasses.
Okay.
It's like opera glasses, but they're becoming more and more absurd.
So the 10
Like
by
so-
is for
like
when the
so.
lady takes her top off.
Wait, what?
In the opera,
Oh,
the
where's
10
that?
by is
That's not working. But like so, but instead of the handle off the side, it's just straight in the middle.
That's just
I
plumbing
mean,
parts.
It could also be a tripod in the middle.
I mean, it could be, but like, come on,
Yes,
Dude,
let me hold
tripod's
this
a
on this
really good
monopod.
idea.
Come on.
Dave, you're ruining
You're
it.
out there
Come
on the
Being
like 12,000 feet up
logical.
with your stupid with your LPVO
Don't
binoculars.
you dare call it stupid.
All right, you're right.
This is
You're
the
with your
art of love
genius
child.
LPVBOs.
Raggle Fraggle just figured it out on YouTube. You guys are fucking retarded. Dave, banner.
How many episodes
Retard
did it
squad.
take?
Oh.
Finally, it's like,
Remember,
oh,
kids, Giddy Optics coupon code MOIST for 10% off your own tactical
Fucking
opera.
A. But
10% off your own tactical opera glasses.
Yeah.
Yes. Get your
Well,
10%
the mounting
off. Okay.
solution, that's third party, but it'll get you close.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Maybe if Bod rips off that guy's shared file that he shared to the internet for free, and then starts producing those in China, and
Rips it off for free, huh?
And if nothing else, a little PVC and some duct tape, and you can just figure it out. There you go.
Oh,
anyway,
wonderful. Hey, now.
Why is this-
I like that one.
what the fuck? Who said that?
I don't know. We came up with the Mike is a dick banner a long time ago for a very
Oh.
specific reason.
I think you might have been gone.
I think he might have been late.
Yeah, that too.
I think it's because he was late. Damn it.
Oh
Mike.
my goodness,
Jesus, bro.
Mike,
Okay.
lay off the Chipotle.
That was Qdoba, sir. Chipotle is disgusting.
Was it
I
the
will
free
die on
fucking
that
noise
hill.
it got to you?
Yes, absolutely.
What was impressive was the management of the tone.
It was very consistent. It had a nice
I've had practice at my age.
fade in.
Oh my god,
and then
I
it
hate
faded
this.
out too. It didn't just end abruptly. It didn't spike at the end. It was a nice.
I do not want to discuss Mike's butt kegels anymore.
You are aware that was actually an airplane, yes?
Nope.
Yeah, I was about to start a GoFundMe to buy you.
It was actually an airplane flying.
Yeah.
over
I was
Baltimore.
I was gonna start a GoFundMe to buy you a 40 millimeters Bofors so you could start taking those things out.
Definitely an airplane. Jesus Christ.
Like it was the chair.
You're so fucking dumb.
It was the chair. It was the chair. I promise.
No, the chair was all the tone.
Dave, do you want me to save you from this?
Have at it. I was done talking about binos and butts.
Dave, that's the show title, Binos and Butts. You just did it, sir.
I knew it was in me.
Oh.
Wait. I knew I had it. Wait.
Was
That's
it in
the
you?
title, yes.
Ugh. So, anyway,
Gideon Optics said, I half expected it to be followed by a
Oh, I thought that was the A10. Brrrt.
I thought it was too at first, but it had like after something that you guys thought that would make sense. Just a little at the end of it.
Yeah, was that a Gal 8 or was that a squeaker? We're kind of confused.
It's the Office meme, but it's just an A10, the Gao 8, and then Mike's butt. They're the same picture.
That was the hotel room door closing.
Now Sam is Nos,
Then no,
so it was A10. Okay,
All right, so blat.
blat. Speaking of
Um,
guns,
What I figured out here in this previous project, or about this last week, is on the project I'm working on, the cost of a 10 millimeter high point, the JXP 10, is about the same as a rounding error on a lot of my materials. So I may have discovered the rounding error and then went to buy one for incredibly various reasons. So this was a fun story though. So I wanted the one in woodland camo, the M81, because I think it's the most attractive option they have. Ordered it on Bud's Gun Shop, sent it to my usual FFL, then found out that because Colorado just leaks terrible all over the place, as of 8/1, we got a new law in place. I don't remember all these specifics, but basically, if you're an FFL, you now have to register with the state as well as with the feds.
Yeah.
And he didn't get his paperwork done. No big deal. He's been busy. So then I had to try on the phone to contact Bud's Gun Shop. That's impossible. It sends you to a robot that sends you to the AI chat on their website. It doesn't give you the option to speak to an operator. It just says, for all other questions, please use our live chat. Ugh. So I went through the live chat. Long story short, I managed to get it canceled before they sent it, which is good because I didn't want it showing up as FFL. It would be a felony for him to transfer it. So then I got to figure out what the hell to do with this thing. So then I went to Sportsman's Warehouse. They had one in stock because they're highly popular or something. Then those assholes at Sportsman's Warehouse, they will never get my money again because in the state of Colorado, we have a 72-hour wait period. That is the letter of the law. It is 72 hours from the point, I believe it's when they submit the background check, not even when it's approved. Either way.
Went off approved or
Okay,
completed.
Maybe it goes off of completed. Whatever. Anyway, no, Sportsman's Warehouse, because their corporate compliance department apparently thinks that their employees are too stupid to read a clock, decides that there's a day zero. So instead of going through Wednesday.
What?
So instead of it being Thursday, Friday, Saturday, no, I couldn't pick it up till Sunday. And I didn't quite argue with the dude behind the counter, but I did have to go, wait, Sunday? Are you sure? Because like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, it's Sunday. And then I left and then talked to a couple other people I know, and they said, oh yeah, Sportsman's Warehouse adds on a day zero. So it's a 96-hour wait, thanks to the FUDs at Sportsman's Warehouse, who apparently are going the way of dicks. I mean the store, not the phallus, but close enough.
That's
Pretty gay.
retarded.
Yeah, Clicker, you have an M81 Woodland Kydex and a JXP10. Aren't you fancy, sir? Wait.
saying.
No, he said so his JXP10 is black like mine. So
Yes.
you ain't got nothing on me, sir. So I haven't had the chance to shoot it yet. Shall I give you my first impressions?
Is it heavy?
It belongs. I gotta stop waving this thing around. It belongs in a Metallica concert because it wants to headbang, man.
it is the Metallica.
And it also wants to do a little. Well, the Metallica doesn't really do the windmill with their hair, do they?
No,
That's
they're not
deeper-
exactly known for their hair.
That's deeper into the metal genre.
I said
Yeah.
that when he pointed at us, it looks like the fake train tunnel from the Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
It does.
Ooh.
Beep,
Meep. This is a very interesting firearm. I don't think I've ever held a firearm where okay, so we'll start with trigger pull. rather than being random. Trigger pull is fairly heavy. It feels like the first bit of my double actions, but it's short, so it's not terrible. I don't know if I've ever racked a slide where the slide has like an audible reset. You rack the slide. Also, it's direct blowback, so there's no feeling of the action unlocking. It's just it slides straight back, and then it hits a wall, and then click, resets the trigger. All right, fine. There's no slide. It's very bare bones. There's no slide release. You got to slingshot it. No big deal there. I'm excited to shoot it. The grip is actually fairly comfortable. It's a little top heavy. Grip feels comfortable. One issue I've noticed already for hunting wise, that trigger guard is minuscule. You're not going to be throwing a big thick glove to pull that trigger.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
The hole is small.
The hole
is small.
Yeah.
It's little guy.
Just cut it off.
What is that called when they do that to a revolver?
Oh yeah, it was some dude who liked it for
Elmer Keith. Is it a Keith special?
No,
it's the Elmer Keith.
No,
is,
it's not
is,
Keith.
is the right guy, but
Are you sure it's Keith? Elmer Keith was
Keith was
the Magnum guy.
Was
like
the Magnum guy.
Cartridges and single action armies.
Fitzgerald
and stuff like that.
special.
The Fitz. Okay, yeah.
The Fitz special. There you go.
Yeah.
Where they chop off the trigger guard, they bob the hammer, basically to make it the most smoothest, slickest little 1920s concealed carry revolver you could possibly have.
They don't chop all of it off. Put a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
The revolver I inherited from my grandfather's estate, and by inherited, I mean my dad said, "Hey, you want these?" And I went, "Sure." Had no idea what they were. It's a Belgian Liege from like 1920 something.
Yep.
Not really sure when it was manufactured, but it has no serial number. It has no it's genuinely a curio or relic, and possibly both. In any case, it has a folding trigger and no trigger guard, exactly for that reason, for pocket carry, so it wouldn't get hung up.
It's amazing how folding triggers for a long time were really a thing. I mean, the Colt Patterson had one. A lot of the Pepperbox revolver-ish things, they had folding triggers. Oh, Mike died. Bye, Mike. So I'm glad he's not. I'm glad he's not here to hear this.
Be right back.
Oh, be right back. I'm talking to him, and he's like, "Be right back." Burb. Oh, my little Rock Island Armory, is it a 206, the 38 special? I've thought about doing a Fitz special to it.
Oh, if they didn't bob the hammer and you had a third hand, you could like fan the hammer and fan the trigger.
Just do like a this motion.
Like
I like how you're worried about bobbing the hammer, not the third hand part.
It's not the it's not
this
the,
is 2025,
shocker
sir.
or the spocker, it's the rocker.
All right, I'm getting off track. The safety on the JXP10, I'm assuming this is like most high points. I wish it was a bit thicker. I'm going to see if I can't find, maybe there's an aftermarket one, because as of right now, okay. I'm all over the place tonight. I've been mixing vodka in with this Blue Mountain Dew. It's a really weird combo. So the point of doing this, the reason I wanted one of these things is not to go out there and say, look, the JXP10 is absolutely perfect for defending yourself from large predators. It's more that I wanted to do kind of a proof of concept that you don't need the latest and greatest and flashiest of all things. Now, a Glock 20 is not the latest and greatest of flashiest of all things. But the point just being that, you know what, even with $200, you could probably get the job done if you really needed to. That and why the hell not? The thing looks like the freaking submarine from Hunt for Red October.
We all live on the yellow submarine.
Dude, that gun looks like somebody made up a gun who had only ever heard about a gun.
So
Um,
that's
anyway, safety leaves a bit to be desired. I would almost want to carry this with the safety off, and then at that point, you've got a pretty heavy trigger pull. Treat it a bit like a Glock at that point, because
Okay, hold on.
in a hurry, that's not the.
So it's a striker fire, correct?
Probably.
It's not
I'm not
internal
taking it
hammer
apart to
fire.
find out. No, I believe it is
Okay.
a striker. Yes.
Okay. So is it like a Glock that you pull the trigger, and as you pull the trigger it pulls the striker back, or is it like a single? Is it a double or double
It's a striker.
single?
It's a striker, and it's like a Glock. You're definitely moving something internal on the slide.
Okay. All right. All right. Then if you're doing that, then I don't have a huge problem with like the safety being off. There is like
The
I don't
safety,
know.
I'm
It's
pretty
kind of
sure, is just blocking somewhere in the trigger mechanism. Because if you get it about 60% of the way, it'll shoot without it. Anyway, getting off track. So that's
it's
the
just my
Genesis.
OCD where I'm like, if it has a safety, the safety needs to be on, and then you
Oh, I
take the
agree.
safety
There's
off.
part of that too, which is why I would prefer to find, if I can, something that's got a little bit more of a lip here to get my thumb onto. It's not a terrible safety to swipe off. It's just, in the
Just-
moment.
Just
I
run a
would
wood
definitely-
screw into it.
Actually, I'm not trying to JB weld something to it. Trust me. Or just mold a little JB weld onto it. Just because in the moment, I'd hate to hit it and only get it that far and have a dead trigger. That's all. Which leads into the second part of this that I've been screwing around with. So, I have for one of my 1911s. I only own one of them. It is a USGI tanker holster. It is I can't remember what pattern it is exactly, but it's like a little shoulder holster. It's actually got the one loop that goes over your neck and your shoulder and attaches down at your belt. And I actually like this little holster. It keeps the gun kind of right underneath your armpit, pointed straight down. So I got the wild hair at my butt that I was going to buy some leather and make a holster, because yes, Klecker mentioned he's got chest holsters available for these. That is the direction I'd push a normal human being in. Buy a chest holster. I didn't want to do that. So I went and bought some leather, and this is the Mark I of the Sam holster, which is kind of copying that tanker holster design. If you don't know what a tanker holster is, just Google it. They come right up. And I mean, it holds the gun. It fits. On my little cut for the trigger guard relief, I missed by about 1/2 inch. I don't know what to say about that. It needs some refinements on how it carries right now. Somebody else talk while I do this.
So, well, this is why I disappeared. I just went to go look at this little thing.
Okay, it's a revolver. So
He's so cool. He's old.
yeah, it is. So right
just wanted to
now,
show it off,
I
that's
can pull it onto like almost a chest holster position, or where I would actually carry it is more down bottom of the left-hand rib cage, because for me, I've shot a lot, probably over 1,000 rounds of single action army with a cross draw holster, a lot of 357 with the cross draw holster, and a lot of that tanker holster. So I'm very used to reaching across versus having up here on the chest. I've never actually done that motion before. So that's why I wanted to screw around with this. I've got to do a Mark II of it, play around with how it's going to hang, because I would like to have it hang a little less likely to chop my neck off with the strap going over my shoulder. But yeah, I'll post pictures of it on Instagram as I go. But I'm kind of excited. It'll be fun.
Well,
I'll end up carrying this for elk archery season, and then probably when I go hunt beaver, I might try hunting a beaver with it. I would prefer to mount a red dot for that though. So High Point makes a Picatinny mount, and then they also make an RMS/SMS mount. I don't have any RMS dots, so I'll probably just have to get the Picatinny mount for it, and just do a direct mount of like the Omega, and that, because if it has a dot on it, I feel fairly confident that maybe it might have to be in the spring when there's more daylight, when they actually come out of the water earlier. If if I can get one kind of coming out of the water more to get a shot off on it. But
I
as
wonder
opposed to
if it
trying to
would.
get-
I wonder
Go.
if it would cycle if you put an LPVO on it.
So
you'd have to duck.
let me
but-
put this slide right to my face so that I can catch. I mean, I forget what
Right,
the weight
you
is in this
gotta-
thing, but that way I can catch 3 pounds of Zamac 3 with my cheekbone. That's a great idea,
Right,
sir.
you gotta jump out of the way. You gotta aim and then move out of the way and then press the trigger. But
Do the old I'm just learning how to shoot lean.
oh, scout scope.
Ooh.
Yeah, just an old-fashioned pistol scope on it.
Kathonk, kathonk, kathonk.
And these are all good ideas, and I ignore every single one of them. But
As one does.
lost my earbuds. But no, I've got a double cow shoulder, so I've got enough leather to make 12 iterations of this before I give up and just buy one. It'll be fine.
Well, you enjoy making things, especially with stuff that was made from animals recently.
I mean, with some tweaks, it actually will probably work out just fine. Because that's
Ooh,
the thing.
you
too,
could
if I
make
can
one
get
out
it
of beaver.
sprung- Well, if I were to get better at this, I would skin out and then tan the beaver tail and then stitch on the beaver tail as like a deco piece on the front of the holster. That's probably how I would do that. The holsters, the beaver leather is not thick enough for holster use. This is 8 ounce, 9 ounce. The beaver leather's like 3 or 4. It's pretty thin stuff. I mean, it's thick, but it's not like
It's
kinda
not
like-
dummy thick.
yeah, it's not dummy thick. But
Hmm.
that's the thing too, with it being like up here on my chest. I do like to have my binos here, so getting this kind of keeps it off to the side. But it's not one of those dangler belly rigs because I don't like the idea of one slapping me in the belly button every time I walk.
So I'm curious if your cross draw, I'm curious if your binocular rig is going to get in the way of your cross draw, because like if it's down here by your left, like where your spleen and
wear-
crap is,
I don't think it will. I wear my like everything chest rig wise, bino pouch wise. I've always worn shit really high up. I've got a fairly long torso, so it should. But I mean, there's one way to find out.
the
which
man's
is,
bragging about his torso size over here.
I gotta brag about something.
All right, fair.
But anyway, that's what I'll keep working on, a little bit at a time.
That sounds
As
fun.
it is now, it holds the damn. I went with for webbing as opposed to leather for the strap that goes over your shoulder and neck, just because it's thinner, so it should ride better underneath the pack strap. But yeah, I mean, it holds the damn gun right now. It's usable. I just probably wouldn't want to hike, 4 miles with it. So
Well, that's very intriguing. We will.
I might be the only man in the entire country with a tanker holster
With a high
for a
point in it.
10 millimeter high point in it.
But that's a cool thing to like. This is the meme shit that people love us for.
Well, if I can make a decent one, like eventually, I didn't buy any like tooling to like put nice little pretty borders and shit on it. When it comes to the final version, oh yeah, we're gonna stamp the shit out of this thing and make it look pretty.
Nice.
Oh man, I just
Which
thought
at
of
that point, what?
Oh, there's an entire industry that it's like the borders and stuff for like you making your fancy leather holsters, but it's just like dicks.
X. Just mushroom stamps.
all over it, and you can't tell until you get really close, and it's like, that's a penis.
That's not just one penis. That's a lot of penis.
So much.
Camouflage.
I mean, you wouldn't be wrong, but
Look
That's a
how
cool
well
piece.
it breaks up the environment. This is amazing. We should have been doing this all
Yeah.
along.
Speaking of
Cam-
breaking up the
Screw- wait,
environment,
Screw Camerado and their trees and Sasquatches. In our camouflage, you look for the hidden dicks.
okay, I gotta show you something real quick.
The
But only if
joke
you're
is
gay.
that it's you. The one wearing it is the dick.
Oh, so You mean there's a little mirror somewhere on your shirt? It just looks back at you and you go, oh,
Dusky asked what kind of special is that revolver, Mike? I don't know if you're asking like caliber or what, but it's not special at all. It's a 320
Saturday
revolver.
night.
Oh, I
no,
guess
that's what this is. It's just a really big Saturday night special.
Yeah.
They're both Saturday night specials. It's just a difference in which part of the town you're in.
I mean, for $200, it might be hard to complain.
The dollar high point camo
Carbine?
is actually fantastic plains camo. I got to looking at it. I'm like, wait a minute. That's the color of my grass.
Are you
Look,
saying
It's
we
just
can
tan, guys.
Perfect.
Are you saying we can make money out of your grass?
Oh, wait. Sure.
No, we can
Called
make grass out of
Balaam.
your money.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's just buying hay. I'm out.
Yeah. It's fourth cutting.
Yeah, I'm out. First or second only, sir.
You are horse people. That's funny to people that know hey. But anyway, all two of us laughed.
I got it.
I know. Mike's
It's
like,
fine.
is that what gay horses say?
Hey.
Is that your evil laugh, Mike?
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, I gotta rattle can this thing. Since it's not in M81 itself, I gotta figure out what color I'm gonna rattle can it.
Rattle can at M81, but badly.
Nah, that'd be too terrible.
Blister bugs are a bitch.
Yeah, blister bugs in the late cutting, sir. That's just protein.
Have either any of you like seen a blister beetle?
Oh crap! I just
If
stole
I
that.
have, I don't know
I
what
don't
it
even
looks-
know what that is.
Yeah.
It's a bug about yay big, and it's like completely gray. And if you smack it on you, you will like get a fucking blister.
Yep.
On your skin. It's a
I
pain
just-
in the fucking ass.
I just dumped my Mountain Dew
Why? Why would something like that exist?
to
Nature's
stop you
evil.
from smacking it.
Nature sucks.
Nature's like, fuck you. You're not gonna squish me.
Stupid ass bugs.
Googling. Googling.
Anyway,
Googling.
I'm
All
sure
right. Well,
doing-
somebody talk. I go get a rag and clean up this mess.
You are the mess. I'm sure to encounter all the bugs when I go out in a couple weeks. It September 1st is around the corner, fellas. That is the beginning of hunting season. Dove season opens up right then. I plan to be dove season. September 1st is Labor Day this year. So with that being a Monday, I plan to be out there camping the Sunday night in the state wildlife area, and I'll have my daughter with me because she won't have to go to school on Monday, and we'll wake up, we'll shoot a bunch of birds out of trees, and go home. It's gonna be glorious. Cannot wait. I'm gonna put the Advocate, the Gideon Advocate, on my 1187, and give that an actual rundown for doves, and should be a lot of fun.
I'm actually hoping so we've got an interesting weather pattern developing over the southern plains over the last part of August, which is kind of out of the ordinary, where we're expecting high temperatures in the 80s and low temperatures down into the 50s, which is just weird, and man, it sounds nice. And I'm hoping that a little bit cooler temps push the birds down out of their northern range into this area earlier than normal.
Well,
Mhm.
what I can say is I have seen geese already in numbers that I'm not used to seeing them in.
I was not going to mention that tonight. I'm not going to pretend I was, but that does make me think, yeah, I've been seeing some bigger and bigger flocks of geese lately.
I have been seeing A lot of doves.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm hope.
Yep.
So the last time I went out last year, we saw a few dove, but also like I ran into the first game warden I've seen in Oklahoma in 10 years, and he's like, "Yeah, we haven't seen any like migratory birds. All the birds you're seeing around here, they live here." And
Not
you
for
want
long.
those migratory birds because then it's like a bunch of birds everywhere,
Mhm.
hundreds of birds. But like we got like 2 shots at birds and didn't get anything. So I may if we start seeing them push down, I might make a bigger effort to go out and find dove. But if not, it's like
Also, the Eurasian collards seem to have tripled in population in the last 3 years.
Oh, they're also
Um,
bigger too.
They are,
Meatier.
yes, and there's no limit. So, because we are a learning podcast, I will point out that if you do shoot a Eurasian collard during dove season, no, there's no limit on them. However, you can't just butcher them out and then keep the meat and say it's from a Eurasian. Like, you got to
Yeah.
keep all the birds intact until you get home
Mhm.
so that you can prove that, hey, yeah, this actually did come from a Eurasian.
If
I
you
promise, officer.
if you breast
80
it out,
pound.
that Eurasian becomes a mourning dove.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
part of your limit if you breast it out. So if you want to eat it, then like by all means, eat
80-pound carcass. Like, sir, that's a Eurasian.
it. Son, that's a coyote. It's a Eurasian collared coyote.
Dusky got it. You got the
Nice.
screen grab.
Attaboy, Dusky. So yeah,
This
that's
is
Sam in his
saying
basement looking for his will to live.
the
looking.
annual. Continue talking. I'm going to do a little more research.
so Vince.
Hmm.
Have you been going out the last couple of years looking for dove?
I went out last year a couple of times, and I had trouble just like finding them. Also understanding like what they need. So they need,
Oh,
of course, they need water.
Mm-hmm.
They need food, but they also need little pebbles for the tiny little gizzards.
Mm-hmm.
And which that's something that the game warden told me is like, yeah, people have been having the most luck just walking up and down the road
Mhm.
and shooting them as they come into the road to pick up tiny little pebbles.
well, that's cool.
That's the best way to hunt pheasants in South Dakota too. Same way, just cruise around road hunting pheasants until you see them on the road, then go chase them.
I'm not sure if you could walk up and down the road legally with a loaded firearm. I think people are just walking inside the wildlife management area next to the road, but like it doesn't matter if you shoot them and they fall on the road, you just go get them.
Okay, so
Bob, that's exactly why you should shoot them. He said I couldn't shoot a dove. The ones that hang around my house are so slow and dumb. Yeah, that's called culling. That's why you should shoot them.
That's
according
nature
to
keeping food fresh for you, sir.
according to the NRCS, or the Natural Resources Conservation Service, as of May of 2005, this is dated 20 years ago, but estimated annual harvest of mourning doves are between, anybody want to take a guess before I
Well-
list this number?
What kind of context number are we looking at?
Annual
Um,
harvest,
Total
like
number
across
of
the
birds?
country.
Okay.
See, Googling.
Not
None-
2 million.
Nope.
85 million.
85 million?
Yeah, I wanted to go high. It's
Vincente?
bird fights.
Bird fights.
I don't know if this is better than cow fights or not, but I'll roll with it.
Vince?
Vince
What
is
the-
actually Googling.
No, I was.
Oh, you were on the
You
thing.
take care of something.
I was paying attention to other things. What is going on?
How many doves are harvested annually in the U.S. as of May of 2005?
And then you have
All
to guess the theme.
May of 2005.
Welcome to
Yes.
bird fights.
All species
Annual-
combined.
Annual mourning dove harvest. Mourning dove.
Okay.
Morning
Not
dove,
colored
only.
dove, mourning dove.
Not evening
What-
dove.
What did you guys say?
I said
said-
2 mil.
I said 85 mil.
85 is way high. I'm gonna guess 4.5 million.
Between 18 and 25 million birds.
I think
Was
Vince
85 million really that high, I guess? Then?
Yes, it was. It was 4 times.
That's pretty high guess.
That's pretty high.
I mean,
I think that's 60
the
million.
actual
higher.
number was 10 times higher than Sam's guess was. So, like, statistically, I'm closer.
It's not about statistics, sir.
But factually, you're
Vince.
not.
Lies, damn lies, and statistics. There we go.
Exactly. Statistics rule all.
A lot of doves get shot.
That is a lot of bird. And the limit is
how many-
15.
You know how many? I mean, you know how many shotgun shells have been expended per 25 million for each of those 25 million birds?
Now is 85 million a legitimate
Fed
guess?
rolls in the background like,
Say, freaking dove season's keeping most of the ammo manufacturers in business.
Man, when you put it in context like that, it really kind of blows things
Gosh,
out of the
what is-
water, doesn't it?
Oh, my
Like
brother was
85 million rounds.
Dude, I would bet that most guys out dove hunting, if you get 5 dove, they probably emptied a box of shells to do
about to
that.
say, I think
Most
And
guys,
then
yeah.
that's not including practice. Oh my goodness.
I
That
would
was
say
like
on
very-
an average, yeah.
yeah, my very first dove season, my brother told me he had just read a statistic about it, and I can't remember. It was like half a box of shells per dove, like per dove during the season or something like that.
Mhm.
That's a lot of shotgun shells. Holy crap, guys! We need to be in the shotgun shell business.
Right?
These guys are doing it wrong. They need to use an optic, and they need to shoot them out of trees.
And they need to use
branch
slugs.
bashing.
Yeah, branch bash those motherfuckers. Who cares? Like, you're gonna miss half the time anyway, so may as well.
I also
And yeah,
agree with
Vince is holding up his side by side that he drilled and tapped for a red dot, and that is absolutely genius. I cannot wait to hear how that goes shooting doves.
That is still the sweetest side by side I have ever seen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It just needs a bayonet
agreed.
now.
I'd put a bayonet on it.
If you bayoneted that thing, that would be
Dude,
the coolest side by side ever made.
if you put a bayonet on it, use it like a dove stringer. And every dove, you just stab it. then you keep shooting doves.
Yeah, then he does
Dude,
the
you wouldn't
demo.
even have to worry about
Yeah,
like popping
6
their heads
fucking
off.
doves skewered on this thing.
We just need a video of me screaming in Japanese, bayoneting a turkey.
Okay. That,
Write that
that
down.
would work.
For the memes.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
pretty sure
that'd
that's
be for the
illegal,
memes.
but
It won't be illegal in Texas. We just gonna get you. to Texas.
Konnichiwa.
That's
Mike, how do you say motherfucker in Japanese?
surprisingly you
Prado.
racist. I don't know.
It's Prado.
Shut up.
Mike, go down to your Prado and ask the lady inside the Prado.
Oh, Cardona. Sonyu sonorite sumesen. I think she says. I made half of
Como
that
se
up.
dice?
This is why I don't
son of
speak
a
other
bitch?
languages.
I'll be right back.
Hey,
He's
Siri,
about
how
to
do
go
you
look
say
it up.
motherfucker in Japanese?
In Japanese, motherfucker is motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure that's just motherfucker with the Japanese accent.
Hey, Dr. Scary Guy put it in the chat. Mazafaka.
Yeah, that's actually just
That's what it
Man.
looks like. Yeah.
turns out
Yeah, we-
AI is racist.
Turns out we occupied Japan, and to come up with new curse words, they just stole all of ours.
Did we already talk about
Mazafaka.
Hiroshima trying to set the or no, it was Nagasaki a couple of years ago was trying to set the world record for the largest firework.
I think we
Ooh.
did. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, it turns out the safety on this thing gets a little bit easier to actuate if you use it enough times and you get through the finish.
They only made it to second. They didn't break the record.
Yep. No, they're a distant third.
I mean, that's only if it's fireworks launched above, like, urban centers. If we're talking in general, they're way behind.
Now I don't know where Sam was going, but
New H bombs and tests. and
oh yeah,
Tsar Bomba.
Sarabamba.
but ones that have already been detonated.
Yeah.
Well, they detonated Zarbamba. It went boom.
over cities.
Yeah. That's why I said that only counts if we're talking like over urban areas.
Oh,
Did you know that a lot of sensitive medical equipment that needs to be made out of steel is actually made from steel recovered from the wrecks of battleships
Huh.
prior to 1945 because the steel isn't irradiated. Because all of the steel that exists on the surface after 1945 has been irradiated because of nuclear bomb tests. So sensitive medical equipment a lot of times is made from steel recovered from like battleship wrecks.
Sorry, USS Arizona. We got to do this for the medicals.
Doctor, only operate on me with the Bismarck scalpels, please.
Like, dude, that'd be awesome having a knife made out of like a piece of armor from the Bismarck.
Oh, Mike would want the Yamato, but I'd take Bismarck.
Nah.
I think actually both are the wrecks are too deep to actually recover at this point. We're talking about stuff in
We only need a
shallower
little
waters.
piece.
Actually, the
Those-
German battleship Gneisenau is just buried under a bunch of silt in a harbor because it was sunk as a block ship.
Oh, we can do that one with a shovel.
Tirpitz is still off the coast of Norway or something like that somewhere.
That's what those dudes were trying to get down to Titanic for.
I thought it was the Byzanium.
No,
No,
that's
it's
just
the
an
Titan.
vessel.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
that's
that
the
one.
Titan dudes. They were trying to get down there to get metal from the Titanic to make knives. Whoa.
Like, dude, this could be so sweet.
It,
Like, why would you want Titanic steel anyway? It obviously did them a lot of good.
the steel did fine.
Did
The
it?
iceberg, on the other hand, is what I want.
The iceberg 1, steel 0.
I wonder if that iceberg's still floating around.
No, it melted.
Oh,
It'd be
okay.
cool if it
Floating around
was.
like a G.
Okay, if that iceberg still was around, somebody would have like captured it and then broken it up into ice cubes by now.
No, actually, okay, because of the water cycle, it's melted and then it's evaporated and it's gone all over the world at this point, and we've all drank it. So actually, we are all the iceberg, and we sank the Titanic.
We are the iceberg. Resistance is futile.
I accept
Oh,
this.
you want a cup of murder water? Fine.
The iceberg was actually photographed right after a couple hours after the collision by one of the ships on the way to participate in the rescue. They said the red paint is very clearly visible. Obviously, it's black and white photograph, so it's like a white iceberg with a black smudge on it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, the cycle of icebergs, like they break off from the shelf, whether it's the southern shelf or the northern shelf, and then they float off down into the equator where they melt. And then the equator, obviously, the tropics. It does. Fuck the equator. No, it does the whole planet's warming, cooling,
Are you saying it's hot
precipitation
there?
cycle. Yes. I'm
Okay.
saying that water evaporates from the ocean, hence the iceberg. Yes, we are all the iceberg. I don't need to keep going. Ben's already said it. So
So
my
what you're saying
question
is
is,
the Carapathia shouldn't have saved the lifeboats. It should have towed the iceberg and saved it.
yeah,
it.
that's an important piece of history.
All right.
So, who's the Earth?
Oh, this is a sweet looking earth, you might say.
Oh, thanks.
Round?
Round.
All right. So what's the deal with the Wyoming corner crossing before we wrap this up?
Oh, yes.
That sounds like a Dave, that was one Dave put in.
So, Iron Ball Iron Bar Holdings, owner of Wyoming's Elk Mountain Ranch, plans to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court after losing a civil trespass case involving 4 hunters who corner crossed between federal lands without touching private property. We've covered corner crossing before. They used a ladder at an intersection of fences, crawled from one public to the other without touching any private or anything, and he claims airspace, ownership of airspace. So he's pushing to the Supreme Court. We'll see if the Supreme Court takes up the case. It could resolve a long-standing dispute over access to more than 8 million acres of corner-locked public land.
So did they? So was this a district court decision, or did they go to the Court of Appeals?
This 10th Circuit Court of Appeals ruled in March.
Dang, so SCOTUS is next.
So 10th Circuit, that's us, Oklahoma,
Circuit,
Colorado, and others. That's
Mhm.
us.
And others.
Whatever.
Said that they were
like-
legal under the Unlawful Enclosures Act of 1885. So
Okay, so right now we have the outcome that we want, right?
yes,
Like that you can cross corners,
Mhm.
and as long as you don't touch their land, you can just cross the corner, right?
yes, and I also have some issue with like the way that's worded. I think if it's public land, it should be public access. So it should have some sort of easement, even if that's a footpath that's fucking 3 feet wide to public access.
Right.
Because there's a landlocked section of ground down here by me that you cannot get to unless you cross into private property, but it's public, but it's completely surrounded by one owner. So
Right, and
or you can fly in.
he effectively owns it unless you fly in. Actually, like,
Yeah,
wouldn't that be fun? Get your helicopter license and just like a small, like twin-seater helicopter and fly
Yeah,
people
little
into public
R-22.
land like that.
Robinson R22.
Yeah.
Little gas powered.
land in there. I've thought about it actually because I know a guy that runs a charter, but I think it's bullshit that it's public ground that is surrounded by public or private ground that you have zero ability to get into unless you know the right people or pay them or whatever. I think there should be an easement. I think it should be done the right way. It's like this section of ground is no longer yours, but we're going to pay you for it and pay them respectably.
An appropriate
Because-
use of government eminent domain
Uh,
taking people's land.
I
would
I don't
actually
know if I'd
argue
go that
that's a legitimate use of it.
yeah.
I think
Here, we're
I
going
think
to pay
Mike's
you for the
right.
2 feet of land that we just took from you, just so that
I
we
think
can do this.
that is a correct use of eminent domain, not so
Yeah.
that like they can then like take it and sell it to a private company to do stuff.
Right.
Like that's
That's
an
not
improper
eminent
use of
domain.
eminent domain, which
Or we're going to
Mhm.
build a highway through your neighborhood. Like, fuck
No.
off. Build it that
Right.
way.
Consider it strictly walk-in or horseback, whatever. But it's not public ground if there's
You have
no
to
public
skip.
access.
like the only
Yeah.
way you can access, you have to skip through the easement. If you don't, we'll kick you out.
The
And
deeper
you're,
you
you're
go,
right,
the worse
Dave,
it
because
is.
the landowner that surrounds that one block that you're talking about, it's not public ground. It's his ground. He's the only one that
Exactly.
can get to it.
Well,
and
that's
that's
the whole
what-
checkerboarding issue.
Well,
Because
yeah, that's
the
checkerboarding
government
too.
checkerboarded this crap back in the 1870s, and if your Iron Bar Holdings with your pharmaceutical CEO boss man, you bought, I don't remember how many acres they've got. If you bought a 10 million, you bought a 20,000 acre ranch that is entirely checkerboarded with another 20,000 acres of BLM land. So now you effectively have 40,000 acres. And so all
Exactly.
these ranches were sold not at 20,000 acres, but the price more reflected the 40,000 acres because everyone's been going under this unwritten rule that, well, sure, half of this freaking square that you live on is actually checkerboarded as public, but since they can't get to it, it's effectively yours. Now, if you're going to graze
Yeah.
on it, you still got to pay leasing to graze on it. But in terms of like hunting, you can freaking rent out. I mean, God, I was talking to a guy here 2 or 3 weeks ago. The Jolly Ranch up here in Colorado. I think they've gotten in trouble a couple of times. I shouldn't say the
Jolly
name of the
Rancher.
ranch because I can't remember if it's Jolly. If it's another ranch, has gotten in trouble a couple of times for allegedly paying a pilot under the table to buzz herds of elk along the fence line so that they'll stay on the freaking ranch.
Oh, I could see that.
Or they'll send their wranglers out to go ride the fence lines. So it's that kind of crap where their land. I mean, I don't know if they've got landlocked public where they're at up there.
Buzzing
no, this
fence
is-
lines.
Hmm?
I'm certain that that's perfectly illegal in most places to harass
That-
wildlife with
Yup.
an airborne vehicle.
Yeah.
But riding fences, that's a perfectly respectable and necessary ranching operation.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed, except for when it's suddenly hunting season and you're doing it 4 times as more often than you used to.
Nah, I mean it may be shitty, but it's still like
Legal.
perfectly defensible.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying
No,
it's
yeah,
not
it is.
legal. I'm just saying it's bullshit. If
Yeah.
the purpose of it is to keep elk on your ranch because you're used to selling people $10,000 to go kill that freaking 6x6 or 8x8,
Yeah.
because that's treating the elk like your property, not a public resource.
Fucking tie. Hunting season is when I check fence the most. But no, I honestly think if it's public ground, the public should have access to it. So
I'm hoping that's the direction since it's gotten this far through the court system. I don't think it's been pretty much entirely in favor of corner crossing, correct?
yes, it is.
I'm hoping it's going to stay that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I have an interesting argument, and I'm not going to argue in favor one way or the other, but I do want to talk. It's mildly relevant. When I was in Korea, I was taking a couple of classes, and one of the classes I took was a constitutional law class, and she made us write papers on some sort of constitutional issue. But she flat out said no gun topics. Like, yeah, the Second Amendment's hotly debated. Yes, it's a constitutional issue. It's all anybody ever wants to talk about. So pick something else. And I was like, damn it, talking directly to me. So I picked a Fourth Amendment issue with aerial search and seizures. What I argued was that the topic at issue was whether or not a law enforcement aircraft can fly over private property, search it from the air, and then gather evidence whilst airborne in order to go arrest or prosecute said landowner. My argument was very much against this. The reason for that is every single nation in the world enjoys the right to their own private airspace. Even international commercial flights have to file flight plans, and this requires kind of permissions from different countries in order to accomplish this. It's pretty. I'm not going to speak to how that works in aviation because I really just don't know. But
What's the ceiling? Do you know that?
that's what I'm saying. There is no ceiling
Oh.
for a country's airspace. Like if there was a ceiling, then we would just build aircraft that can go above that and then
called
be
a
like, oh,
satellite.
we're above your ceiling. Ha ha. Yeah. I mean, Sam's right. It is a satellite. There
So now they
comes a
get-
certain point where it's
Yeah.
too high to pinpoint what its GPS coordinates would be. So
Yeah, so
Um,
if we manage to ban the government from flying drones or helicopters over, they just put more satellites in orbit.
Also,
Yep.
I would say if you're trying to hide something on your place, maybe cover it up.
Maybe buy a tarp.
the whole
If
thing stemmed
not.
from some challenges to illegal pot farms in California that were raided because police helicopters flew over and saw the plants growing.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
my argument again was not in favor of the law enforcement, because if private nations enjoy their own private airspace, why do citizens not? Like, if I own 40 acres of land, explain to me why I can't shoot with a shotgun the drone that just buzzed by with its camera recording everything of mine. It's on my land, or over my land, as it were. It's invading my privacy, and invasion of privacy from the air is nonetheless an invasion of privacy, especially when perpetrated by the government.
So you're
Um,
for not corner crossing.
I'm not saying I'm arguing for or against this. How I am saying that his argument that they were in my airspace has some merit to me. I think he may be going about it a silly way.
Yeah, but they're not an aerial object.
No, they're not.
Like
It's kind of the same way as, like, if you're floating down a river and you're on private property, like if you put your feet down, you're trespassing, but as long as you're in the water, you're fine.
Yeah. That's
Um,
more how I look at it. Same
So
type of deal.
if I fart on my side of the fence and it drifts, is that an act of war?
it
Depends on what
depends
you
on
ate the day before.
depends
Hey.
on the nature of the bomb.
Sometimes it'll fucking peel paint.
In that case, yes, it's an act of war.
So that I only brought it
Alright,
up just
I know how to
as
get around.
for
I
something
know,
for us to think about. That's all I'm saying.
I know how to get around Mike's problem. Tunnels.
I'm not on
Oh,
your
see,
land.
You're not in
I'm
the
under
airspace.
it.
wait,
And we don't
Isn't
have any
it-
ground space.
I think he's right.
Yeah, they don't have the mineral rights.
There's a country that your property goes to the center of the earth. I cannot remember what one it is. It's an Asian country.
Oh, we're not in that country, are we?
No,
Oh,
no, but
that's intriguing. So now that lends
Me and
lends
Pablo
the
Escobar are gonna go find our way into the public hunting grounds.
Don't forget El Guapo. What the hell?
Oh, El Chapo.
El
El
Chapo.
Chapo.
There you go. Don't forget El Chapo. Take him too.
that makes me start to wonder where the legal limit for, like, ground space is. Like, get out of my ground space.
Here's the way that I would hope the Supreme Court would look at it, and this is only a very distant hope, which was, by Joel, if George, John Adams, and Ben Franklin would shoot your ass for it, probably shouldn't have it. And I can imagine they would be very offended by aerial searches.
I agree.
They
So-
would be offended by aerial searches, but they would also be offended by public land
They would be, I agree.
yeah,
being
be
blocked
offended-
by one person
Yeah.
I think they might be
by
offended by public
touching
land.
tips.
The very concept of public land.
They'd be offended by the IRS.
That's a good start. Okay, I'm with you.
They'd be offended from ending the Fed. Or I'm sorry, I said that backwards. They'd be offended from ending the gold standard.
I mean, truth be
And
told,
going to the Fed.
they would be very. I mean, if we're gonna go down this road, they would be very, very, very offended by the concept of the United States military as is.
That's fair.
That is
They would
true,
look at the
yeah.
world currently as it is and understand our need for it, but they would.
So-
You're right. They would be offended. Like,
They
this
said-
is why we armed you. This is not what we. Ugh.
They said two
Defending
things, like
the-
don't have political parties or a standing military. Like, and
And
Like-
within 10 years, we're like, yo, we got both of those.
Oopsie. And not the funny part is, within 10 years, the same people who said don't have those things had, like, they're the same fucking people.
yeah, that was part of the debate, though, is that there was individuals who like, no, we should have these things, and other people said no. Like it was Alexander Hamilton who said, if you're going to use force, use enough, which is why he called out 10,000 militia to crush the Whiskey Rebellion, which was started over attacks on whiskey by Pennsylvania farmers. same concept as like the tax on tea and other things in the early 1770s, but they just decided, you know what, we're not gonna mess around. We're just gonna pull out the entire militia and march into rural Pennsylvania, hang a couple of people, and let them know what's up. Like
Back when we were a proper country. We were barely a country, but we were a proper country. Dave almost had to buy a new keyboard.
I mean,
you
this
just get,
thing's a piece of shit anyway. But
you
I
almost got
didn't
your
want to-
you almost got your
Jeez, man.
keyboard keystoned.
the real
All right.
keyboard.
I think that's I can't take any more.
Yep.
That's the final straw.
Well, leave us a review,
you
or
don't,
Sam
You suck.
will hire a gang of hitmen to come to your house and talk to you about our founding fathers and how we offend them. Go to lghpodcast.com, click on support the show, leave us a review on your favorite listening module. Follow the link, yes, to your favorite brain beamer. Email contact@lghpodcast.com and get a sticker pack. But support the sport and take a buddy hunting and corner cross. If you like that, buddy, tell them about our show. If you don't like that, buddy, tell them about our show. Hit us up at lghpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and let's go hunt.
So I see the strategy. If we just corner cross enough, they can't stop us.
Corner
Can't
crossing.
catch all of
Binos
us.
and butts. Offending the founding fathers. Binos and butts.
Yes, done and done. Good night, folks. I lost my mouse. Good end the stream. End the stream.